Hello everybody, welcome in. Sorry I'm a little late. Today I just found out that the latest YouTube video I put up is getting ad revenue removed because I used a trailer in it. So if you'll bear with me, I'm gonna have to go and mute the song in that part of the trailer. I might just take the whole video down. If I take the whole video down, that's just gonna ruin it all. Just gonna have to erase the song at that part. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be about 15 to 20 seconds of just cutting it out. That's just how it's gotta be. Welcome in though, everybody. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me this lovely Monday. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, nice to see some bright and shining faces in the chat. That's really cool. Good to see you. Ah, man. How long will remain the resource event? I do not know. I have no information beyond what everyone else has on that. Hopefully it lasts a decent amount of time though. I don't think 4.3 is going live anytime particularly soon. Toes. Vastin, you verified that it will still be in 4.3? Where was that verified? That's good information to share. Is there like a dev post on that? Battery loss, PTU testers, dynamic snow. Saw them in the PTU. Did CIG say that they were going to include it in the next live patch though? I think that would be the real verification that we want. Ready for Monday? Hell yeah, Jay! Yeah, dude! I fucking like this guy. He's ready to go. We need some excitement. We need good times. We need good energy on Monday. I just released the new Space Games Weekly, folks, if you want to go check that out. Every view, every share, every like, every comment helps that series get off the ground and onto its feet. It's a little passion project, a long time want that we've been wanting to do here on Space Tomato Gaming. So I'm really happy to put those out, and every Monday is a little bit of a panic attack as I get closer and closer to releasing that, because good golly gee, YouTube is a scary fickle beast. Thanks again, by the way, for the oh, a hype train just started. Well, thank you guys on Twitch. That's two streams in a row we've gotten a hype train started here. Y'all awesome. That's really cool. And Frisch Prince at 19 months, my dude, the toes. The f***ing toes, man. Sorry folks, that doesn't really mean anything. Toes is just the end of tomatoes. I'm not talking about this man's toes. That's a private matter. That's between him and his feet. But welcome in, Death Sweet, Zayosin, Reese, Vastin, good to see you. Maverick, Yui. Welcome in, my friends. Rome Pope. Nasty Master, dude, you've been here like every time. I appreciate that. Jay's in here, Michael's in here, Stakar is in here, Reese is here, Matt, Sully, Arctic Wolf. Hell yeah, it's gonna be a good Monday, folks. We're gonna chat a little bit here about some game stuff, and then I'm gonna hop in and we're gonna go and explore the new locations in Star Citizen Alpha 4.3. Underground facilities. Are they dungeons? I don't know. I called them dungeons. I was scolded online for it. So I'm gonna let you guys decide, and you make the call. I'm not putting my opinion out there on them anymore. if you if you're interested in the rest of the chat or the rest of the patch, I don't know everything that I'll be able to get to. I do want to try and find one of these new sniper rifles, and maybe we'll like use a ladder at some point and see those improvements. But mainly today, I'm trying to show you guys the new locations. Jay, thank you for kicking out one of those community subs to the group here. Thanks for supporting the chat. Maverick, you too, with the 6 bits. Missing the 9, buddy. A dev stated that they are making sure the elevators are working for 4.3. Not sure who said it, though. I wonder where they said that. It's almost impossible to keep up with where, like, CIG's news, because they don't do it in, like, Star Citizen Lives anymore. They just kind of say stuff. And even now, we're not seeing... Ah! There it is. No, that's ladder. Ladder updates integrated into 4.3. Yo, Colt! Got us past that level 1 hype train, my dude! Thank you for the 100 bits, buddy. Anyone having any luck with cargo delivery missions? You finally gave up and started doing 1 protect small cargo and 1 recover small cargo. Yeah, I haven't been doing cargo missions. Thank you very much. It don't work for me. It's been pitiful trying to get those elevators working. An absolute pain in all of the butts. Zayasin, thank you as well for gifting out a membership and pumping up that hype train, dude. Choo-choo, motherfucker. So first up today, folks, we are going to talk about how CIG is doing with really just the course of the year. I think it's worth checking in on maybe every month, every couple of months. Just kind of, where is the sentiment? Where is the progress? Where is the tracking of funding and new players joining and all that kind of stuff? Figure we start out on the most easy to measure, which is measured by this website CCU game. Obviously take everything with a grain of salt. They don't have the actual numbers the company does. They have whatever is publicly available to us, but they consolidated it into a nice graph here that shows us the course of this year. And we can look at funding. Really, the way it's been growing over the years obviously took a huge step up in 2019 and 2020. I think a lot of that is due to persistence. Obviously, a lot of that is also due to the pandemic, and a lot more people were kind of getting, into gaming and doing things that didn't require you to go and talk to other disgusting, sick meatbags. Luckily, computers aren't disgusting, sick meatbags, so people got on the game, and the funding kind of exploded. 2022 was also a big year for them because several big YouTubers found the game kind of for the first time, and there were a lot more eyeballs on the game. We talked about this last week. And if you flip over to the Citizen, the actual new accounts creation page, you can see that also was very true in 2022. No year has gotten close to touching that in terms of people actually joining. A lot of those joins were obviously just people making extra accounts, using referral rewards, all that kind of stuff. But that happens every year. So if we eliminated the number of people who might do that year by year, 2022, I think, still stands really, really far ahead of most other years. But going back to the money, we can see that this year, funding has basically been on track with their best year so far, 2023. January was hitting it. February outdid it. March was also matching it. Good Lord, I hate this song. March was also matching it pretty well. They did better in April, and then May just exploded during Invictus Week. Invictus Week is one of their biggest funding periods of the year, and you can see that across all the Mays. Good to keep in mind, this year is doing a lot better simply because they're selling more ships. These ships aren't concept images, which is what they've generally done in the past. Now they're selling ships that are going straight into the game. So a lot more people are more likely to spend money on them. And if they do that every month, that means they're making more money every month. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think they think it's sustainable. I think this is something that they're doing because they don't really have much other way right now to make money. Squadron 42 is obviously not for sale, and that's where most of the development resources are going. So they're selling more ships. Anonymous, hey, thank you for pushing the hype train a little bit further. over on oh, that's I see. I thought Zeosin gifted a sub. Zeosin got a sub. Y'all very much appreciated. We do this full time. Subs and members, bits, and in general, just like tips, exclamation point tip, all of that stuff. That's how we continue to do this. That's how we eat our meals and pay our bills. And you guys are wonderful, wonderful folks for making that possible. Unfortunately, we don't have ships to sell. Just giveaway, which I think if we do pass those goals, we should start a new giveaway. Going back to the funding here, June did okay. July actually did a lot better than, yeah, they did about equal to July 2022. And now we are on into August, and you can see it's been 4 days and they've already made $1 million. Holy freaking good Lord. So they're definitely on track to beat the year out quite a bit. And like I said, a lot of that is due to the fact that they're selling more ships. I think also a lot of it is due to the game is more playable. I know that's probably people are gonna say he's got a crush on Chris Roberts. He's saying positive stuff, but like the game crashes less, except for this PTU. And honestly, recently in this event, I've had a lot more crashes desktop, as you guys have seen while we were playing. But like the game's more playable. The looting works better. We're getting better FPS. The servers are running better. Server meshing is obviously helping them to distribute the load. They couldn't add 100 locations to the game if they wanted to a year ago. So a combination of more content, slightly better playability, the game actually allowing people to jump in and try the new ships that they're releasing, I think is leading to a lot better funding this year. But that doesn't necessarily, like, funding isn't everything. And I think they're also losing quite a bit of short-term confidence from a lot of people. But we'll get to that in a second. Going back over to the pledge screen here, you can see that they are doing better than last year in terms of pledges by like a fairly decent amount. But they are still behind 2023 and 22, which were really big years for them in terms of growth. These were like the pre-20, I think 3.18 came out. When did it come out? 3.18 was released. Yeah, March 11th, 2023. So that was really, that hurt them. March 11th was here. And then obviously they had a couple good months because, well, God, I don't even know why April was good. When they released 3.18, the game just floundered. It was done for a little while there. But they brought it back. They did some more improvements. 3.19 stabilized stuff. They stayed on the same code base for a little while. And they got the game back where it was needing to be for that time, kind of, sort of. But it was still like, at that point, everything sort of changed in the way that Star Citizen was being handled. Suddenly everything was being held behind tech, like persistent entity streaming and server meshing. And that wait for server meshing, I think, is what really did them in 2024. You'd see it really fell down in terms of pledges in 2024 because people were just sick of waiting and sick of the problems that were continuing on in the game. I don't think this year is much better in terms of like the core community, the people who are like really, really enthusiastic and passionate about this game. We've all experienced good tech improvements and we've seen solid advancements here and there, but we're still waiting on plenty of features from CitizenCon 2023. We are still looking for, just in general, the things that they said at the beginning of the year coming in, and like the EPTU, the testing of engineering, things like hacking or prone or zero-G push and pull, just a lot of stuff that they've talked about and not delivered on. And despite them still bringing people in, plenty of new people are jumping into Star Citizen and having a good time. And like I said, it's more playable. We're getting actual content that people can do month over month, rather than just these events that come for a month and then go away. The overall confidence in the game is struggling a bit. My favorite place to find out how confident people are is Reddit, because good Lord, if things are slightly off, Reddit's going to make sure you know. And you can just kind of scroll down and see a lot of the, well, actually, let's go top posts. Top posts in the last week. And a lot of times you'll see complaints about just about anything. A lot of it, though, is more so about the stability. This post, I think, makes for a good example. He thinks he's going to get downvoted. Turns out being one of the most upvoted posts in a week. This is just generally how it goes. But people agree. Like, things aren't interesting enough for some folks. Stability is not making quite the jumps that people were wanting. 14 years in development and still dealing with things like chat inventory and UI, elevators. It's rough to see a year that is, by the numbers, going fairly well. But in terms of the mental state of the community, is in a pretty rough state, because at this point, progress is good, but people are expecting some kind of an exponential increase, especially with server meshing coming in. You know, it's expected that server meshing allows the people who needed to work on the features that were held back by server meshing to get the features in, but now we're going through a year of those features not showing up, and some of the more crucial backend stuff not getting fixed. This is also something that's really easy to see on YouTube. Again, this is just speaking generally of the loss of confidence. If we look at if you look at, say, this video I made, the way that people talk about it, is Star Citizen ready for it? That's never stopped them. So yeah, it's coming ready or not. That yet is carrying a lot of weight in terms of CIG is not ready, but for the ship yet. People just don't generally have a lot of confidence that like the stuff CIG is talking about is going to make it into the game. This video also, I think, probably encapsulated it quite a bit. At this point, Star Citizen's news videos become just a roleplay ASMR where the author pretends this game is real. People are, you know, kind of mocking the amount of tech that they talk about that doesn't actually coming in. Where they keep trying to design everything but the actual gameplay for as long as possible. Too much optimism in the video. It starts to crowd out really a lot of the positives, which are there but aren't big enough to, I think, discount just how many people are feeling like the things that matter to the game aren't moving forward as much as they would like. That being said, like they work on their own calendar and they're just focusing on Squadron 42. That's what they're doing. That's what they care about. And unfortunately, that's not what a lot of people care about. A lot of people want to play Star Citizen. And a lot of people also definitely want to play Squadron 42. So it's not to say that Squadron shouldn't be made. I think that's going to be a cash cow for them if it does end up being good. Could also be a big failure and drag down the rest of the project. But I think they're hoping that that brings in a lot of revenue. I mean, we've talked about how they literally have taken money from Star Citizen and put it towards Squadron 42 because they want to get that finished as their priority. So I think if you ask the question, how is this year going? How is 2025 going right now? It's really a very mixed bag. But most people, I think, are going to say, sure, they're making some progress, but that's not nearly enough compared to the things that they've been saying in the past and the way that they pointed at this year as being a year of playability. And things like this recent Resource Rush event really make that not hard or hard to refute, because like they can't release events like that are working like this. Like the freaking freight elevators are a feature from a year ago, and those need to be fixed before they can really focus on them for an event. So yeah, a quick look at how they're doing. They've got some ups, they've got some downs. For you, 2025 is not bad, but could be better. Yeah. I think if this were happening in like 2023, it would be a lot more accepted. but the long wait to server meshing and just the amount of things they've talked about coming into the game, especially with the expanded amount of eyeballs on the game now, you can't sell it like you did in 2019. You can't 2019 Citizen Con us anymore, you know? You gotta stop talking longer distance, longer in the future sort of improvements if you're not making the short-term improvements have a lot of weight and carry a lot of confidence for people. So the numbers look good for them, but the confidence levels, I think, in large parts of the community are falling. And I'm hoping that the next few months and the next 5 months of the year? 4? 3? 4. The next 4 months of the year, they put a little bit more of their actual development where their mouth is, and we see some improvements in terms of features and definitely stability. And there's your summary. 2025 is a step in the right direction, but we aren't there yet for you, Boone. You think Squadron 42 will blow everyone's expectations out of the water? God, I hope so. Maybe in only ships? Yeah, dude. Only ships is that's what does it. Hey, thank you guys for the bits, by the way. Jay, Zivorus. Really appreciate you guys. It means a lot. Patch overview tab in this page is nice to visualize that. Let's see. Patch overview tab. Interesting. What are the percentages measuring? Day show how each patch was. Oh, this shows like how many people are joining per each patch. I see. So then, what if you did pledge amount? That's interesting. I haven't looked at this page before. Thank you. So funny to see like Alpha 317 was just so much of this 1 year. Hey, who's throwing tomatoes? Watch yourself. As a solo, you just want to acquire the same things groups of people can, just with a little more persistence. Yeah, I don't know if that'll be true. 5 to 10 server FPS is better? No, I've been getting 20 to 30 server FPS. Honestly, anything better than 10 FPS on the server is better. But I don't know if you mean 5 to 10 increase or just 5 to 10 in general. Are you still getting less than 10 frames on the server? Very few backers engage on social media relative to how many are actively following or even playing the game. That is definitely true. But if you take that same bubble of people, that small percentage of people from the community, and you say these people are our test case, you still take percentages from them to see how they're feeling. I put out a poll every month on my own channel just to kind of get a gauge of the community and what people are saying every time. This has been going on since October of last year, maybe September of last year. But if you look at the numbers, you could see like, this is 6 months ago. 10% are happy, 23% are not happy out of 6,000 votes. You go to 5 months ago, 10% are happy, 22% are not happy, 2,700 votes. 4 months ago, 18% are happy and 17% are not happy, 3,700 votes. 4 months ago was a good month for them, I guess. 3 months ago, 21% happy, 12% not happy. Ow! Hey man, that hurt. That's 4,300 votes. 2 months ago, 23% happy, 19% not happy. 5,000 votes. So like it's staying pretty stable with around 20% of people being pretty happy with the game, and the unhappiness fluctuating around in the teens, 19, 17, 12. Going back to 1 month ago, this would be June, you have 16% happy, 17% unhappy. So you drop below that 20% mark, still at 4.3 thousand votes. But then in July here, 4.6 thousand votes, you drop below just a huge drop to 9% of people saying they're happy, with 32% saying they're unhappy. Now, these responses have to do a lot with how people are feeling on that very day, on that very week. Most people aren't really taking into account their general mood. They just vote based on how they feel at that second that they see the poll. But I think it is still worth noting the trends that are going on. And that's a pretty big drop. Now, the answers always depend on who you are. Some people say that my poll is going to naturally be more positive because I'm shill. Other people have said that my poll will be naturally more negative because I foster a community of negativity. So I genuinely don't know what our community would choose. I think we're a pretty diverse group. Some people are happy, some people are unhappy, but the trends are definitely saying, the trends are definitely giving some signs that, like, at the very least, when they're dropping stuff into the game that's not performing well, it has a pretty big impact on how people are feeling. And if they do that month after month after month, it'll start to make a lot more of a difference towards people. Stace is negative. Dude, yeah. If you read the YouTube comments that I get on my videos, you'd have an aneurysm. How many would buy into Squadron 42 looking at the last 1 hour play session? Answer is many people would buy based on that. Many people would buy based on that. They need to make sure the rest of the game plays like that. You threw a tomato and it didn't show up? I got hit by a tomato. It was yummy. Joining people to, yeah, they don't give that information out. Oh, look, a server error. Nice. Yeah, they generally give out information about just the account numbers that are coming in. They gambled with the release date of Squadron. The missing resources for SC tells you everything. They are doing more than just polishing to get Squadron out. Definitely still working on features, that's for sure. Profeta, welcome in, friend. Good day to you. They aren't necessarily representative of the larger community. Many big supporters avoid all SC socials due to culture there. Yeah, I get you. Those numbers deserve a spreadsheet. Yeah, I have one I've been working on. Let me see. Let's see if I can just pull it up here. Yeah, nice. So here is, like, I've been putting the data in, but I haven't updated this since May. But you could see if blue is happiness and yellow is unhappiness, then, hold on. Maybe we can update this right now. So May 23rd, gosh, I don't know when I even posted the other, I usually try and post around the 21st every month. If we had, let's see, 2,000, so that's 5,100. So that changed quite a bit. Yeah, I gotta update these numbers overall. Looks like this one ended up being 5,900. I need to change, yeah, because these are all percentages. So let me update this to 5,900. 10% said they, oh, happy votes, 23%. What the heck? What month is this? How many months ago was May? 7, 10, 10. I really wish YouTube would give you the actual dates that you posted these on. 3.7 at 18. This must be what I'm looking for. No, 4,300. 21% of 4,300. Yeah. So here's this one. 58 should be here. Yep. And then 12% were not happy, right? So then that was April right here. So then this would be May, the next one, at 5.2 thousand votes. And we're looking at 23, 51, 19. It's 23, 51, 19. Cool. So the next one is probably like June 21st or so. Throw that in here. And that would be right here, 4.3 thousand votes. And our percentages are 16, 58, and 17. Drag this formula down. Whoops. What did I just say? 16, 58, 17. 16, 58, and 17. All right. And then our most recent in July, here we are, 4.6 thousand votes. We'll call this, did they tell us how long ago this was? 11 days ago. How long is that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 24th of July. .6, 9, 50, 32. 4,600. 9. Oh. 09. That decimal point though. 15. And 32. Okay. So now we've got our updated graph here. And people stopped coasting. Holy Jesus, that's the real big change. No, it's 50, not 15. You imbecile. People did not stop coasting. All right. So you can see that the dishappiness spiked in this last month. It was pretty much even up until then. It'll be interesting to see what comes of August. But really, I think this is very representative of what people are feeling in the actual moment. Having a big poll is very important to some people. Yeah, dude. Having a big poll will make you really positive sometimes. You're a shill who fosters negative community. I don't know, man. It just depends on whatever the most recent video is, or whatever somebody has watched recently. Look to things like a large streamer saying SC is dead due to AI blades, yet the funding and signups spike after that. Perception isn't everything. Silent majority exists. Did the funding... I mean, you can't... I don't think you can attribute the funding spiking to the AI blades coming out. Hello. Hi. What's up? No.
Came to just show this to people? Is that nice? Wow.
Yes, Mrs. Tomato gets to shoot me if you guys spawn the reward. She likes to make sure you are very well aware of that.
Just in case they want.
Sorry, PK is not here. Yeah, I don't think the AI blades coming out can really... We can tell whether or not that was what would bring up the funding, as opposed to just like the Idris coming out and the what was it? The Asgard and Invictus Week. It's like thinking that Twitter discourse represents a majority of people. Well, Twitter's a very small subset, yeah. You think it's clear Squadron is not releasing in the first half of 2026? Yeah, that much is clear. The two best options are right before summer and right before winter. May and November are our biggest months. You think it's most clear people are waiting for the version of SC they show at CitizenCon? Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for the version of SC they showed us at CitizenCon in 2019, man. It'd be interesting to know what not happy means in detail. There are many facts. Dude, if you want to know the detail, there are 140 comments to come and read through. I personally don't really... I'll read through them, but oftentimes this just... it just starts to weigh on you. Comments are fun. You saying that SC being announced dead and officially pay to win by the vocal minority was objectively incorrect? Well, yeah. What, 9 months, right? Just 9 months or something like that. Just 6 months, whatever it is. SC's always dead. Just depends on the summer. You think this patch was nothing more than a mass test on the freight elevators? God, I wish. And I hope. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Alright, let's see. What is our server frame rate? Server frame rate. Yeah, it's currently terrible. Not even reaching 5 right now. Unfortunately. No knowing if that is a PTU thing or if that's a game thing. And I don't feel like loading into live. But that would explain why we're having so many server errors in the PTU right now. It was a test for global participation tracking. I'm glad that they've got to finally have a real sort of page widget to track things like that, so we can start doing events that cross the entire shard and sort of have people working together as teams. To be quite honest, though, it is it's not a fantastic time to be making content in Star Citizen. You know, at the beginning of the summer, I was thinking to myself, it's not great because there's not a lot of content. But then I started to look at the stuff that I'm excited for and interested in, and I was like, oh, I can make content for that stuff. But now I get comments from people who are like, making content out of nothing. And to be honest, it's not, I don't know, it's less fun to make content because the community is so filled with animosity right now. Whether you're talking about something that you like, or you're talking about something that like you don't like, or that you're excited for, if you don't say all the disclaimers, like how many people have you run into who are talking about the game, and they'll say something like, oh yeah, I like the way that things are going this year, or they'll say something like, I'm not a huge fan of how they've released this event or something, and almost every time they have to then go and say, oh, but I do, you know, I appreciate this and I like that and this is good, and you just kind of have to validate what you're saying, or else people will punch you in the throat with a railgun. I was just talking to Luke Stevens a little bit about making content for the game and kind of how it's received and stuff, and he's like, yeah, dude, it's intense. I mean, he makes content for a lot of different games, but when you step into the Star Citizen realm, yikes. And that's not just a YouTube thing. That's not just a creating content thing. If you go and make a post on any social media surrounding Star Citizen, and this is a lot of social media in general and a lot of topics in general, but by golly gee, it can get, it's just intense around the Star Citizen world right now. Just make Star Citizen as pay-to-win videos. People seem to love those. People love them, people hate them. Making content out of what exists is the essence of a sandbox experience. It's making content out of what doesn't exist that gets people going. Yeah, we're checking out the abandoned facilities today, my dude. You seen a noticeable drop-off in Star Citizen gameplay content? Why do you think that is, Gumbo? Because technically there's more gameplay this year. Why do you think the content itself, at least you've noticed a drop-off in it? There's no real incentive to do the PTU because we lose everything once it hits live. If they had some actual redeemable things like some credits or items for doing PTU, more would join. Yeah, but then when you find an exploit in the PTU, that makes it really difficult to decide what to do about it, right? You're averaging 23 frames per second on the server right now on live. That's around what I've been seeing, 20 to 30 frames on the live servers. All those people that down talk the game or complain about the game, they got Star Citizen thinking it's a complete game. Yeah. But how much of that is on CIG? How much of that is on CIG for the way that they've marketed and advertised this game? I think they've not done a good job, and they have specifically stopped putting playable now at the end of their trailers. They did that a few times last year, but if you look at their more recent trailers, I don't think they put playable now in them anymore. %? I disagree. I think they have a real responsibility to properly let people understand what the heck this game is and in what stage of development it's in. And all they really have to do that is when they put out their What is Star Citizen video at the beginning of the year, they leave that on the front page of their website, and they start it out by saying, Star Citizen is a game in development. Here are the things you can do in it so far. But if you go and look at the... You know what, actually? Before I make a statement that might not be true, let's do the due diligence. Let's see what it does say. Because maybe they do say that in the beginning, but I don't think they do. Yeah, see, it's not even the first video you see when you hop in here. You're gonna have to go to their videos, and then you're gonna have to scroll back to the beginning of the year. And here it is. Play your way. Fly. Trade. Mine. Salvage. Pew pew.
That's rear. On the down.
Brace. Explore.
Contact front. Nice work.
And then Star Citizen. No, dude, that entire trailer said nothing about development. It said nothing about alpha or early access or, oh god, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. I actually didn't think it was going to be that straightforward. But what the heck are you going to think when you see a video like that? A video that's labeled What is Star Citizen? And then it literally just shows you like a trailer of a really freaking cool space game. And it said nothing about it being in development. It was very shiny and exciting, but I feel like a lot of the games that I follow, something like Satisfactory, X4, like many of these different games, I feel like would start it out with like a voiceover by the devs being like, this is our in-game development project. While we're still working on the features of this and simultaneously developing Squadron 42, we do maintain a live play service that you guys can jump into to experiment and test everything that we're working on in the moment. And then they would go into the video that we just saw. But like, they don't even tell people. And then, so like, take that video, put it on the front page of your website, put it on the front page of your YouTube channel, and then you can start to be like, hey people, why aren't you paying attention to what they're saying about this game before jumping in? But golly gee. I don't know, mate. I don't know about all that. If you open your wallet based on one trailer, you're gonna get into a truck that says free candy. Look, dude. Does it have to be one trailer? Let's see. Let's see. If I went and saw that trailer and then I said, okay, cool. Well, they've got playable now updates. Let's see what it says here. And tell me how many trailers do I need to watch?
Hurston Dynamics.
Is 8 enough? Is 10 enough?
Yourself.
In this trailer, do they tell me at any point that this is in development? That this is an event that's based on technology that they haven't necessarily gotten ready for release?
Join micro.
Play SC. Okay, that's 2 trailers. Let's go to a 3rd trailer here.
Day 96. This is enter the colleagues.
All right. Cool narrative. And don't get me wrong, these trailers are freaking sick. I love these trailers. I think the narrative's great. They're setting it up. They're setting it up in the universe. But they're still not telling you. We get to the end. Okay, play Stormbreaker. Cool. 4th trailer. Cool narrative. Nice location. Looks pretty sick. Pirates, shooting, pew pew. Awesome. Orbital Assault. Great. Play Orbital Assault. Okay. 6th trailer. Alpha 4.0. Going through to a new star system. New planets, clouds, Destination 4.0, new towns. Awesome, 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 great, fantastic music. I love the visuals and the atmosphere, but again, where are they telling people what the state of the game is? Now in preview. Okay, cool. Well, let's say, hey, why are you guys watching trailers? Why don't you go to the website? Okay, let's go to the website. What's the first thing that shows up? Ship sales. What's the games that show up? Star Citizen. Play early access. Now, I think that's good that it says early access, but you're still... Yeah, at least they're not saying playable now. They're just saying live preview. In preview. All of that is in the game. Bro, I'm not saying it's not in the game. Holy fuck. Let's just go play this part. My point is not clear. Let's see the new locations. It should be criminal to skip through the music on the trailer like that. Honestly, it's really good music. I love the trailers that they put out. The freaking music Pedro makes is my favorite music in any video game. Well, it's up there with Halo and Deus Ex. Maybe I can't say it's necessarily above that yet, but it's dang good music. The video title does say Alpha 4.1. Toes. You've run out of missions for Onyx Locations?
Quantum travel complete.
It is really good videos. The team that makes the videos for this game is freaking, they got skis. Mr. Chief, Tygon, thank you. Appreciate you with the sub, man. We still do need to do a small level of research before you purchase a game. Absolutely. You should do a small amount of research before purchasing a game. My point is they don't make that research easy. Halo's music is iconic. Man, even playing in these Onyx facilities, the music that kicks in when you get into the action reminds me of Halo 2 music. Because as soon as you start playing rock music in a sci-fi game, I'm like, hey, that's Breaking Benjamin in Halo. That's what I'm listening to. Steve Vai? Steve Vai. All right, so first big kind of point of these locations is that you get your own hangar to land in, which I think goes pretty far in helping people feel a little safer. You can put your ship down and not worry about somebody blowing it up for no reason while you're inside. Oh. Oops. Mass Effect music's pretty good too. That's a good call. Go to T5, played something else. Now when 4.3 drops, you can jump back into it. People are saying that it's supposed to show up in 4.3. I would love if CIG could mention that. Tygon, we're doing fantastic today, dude. How are you? How's your Monday? Mondays with the Chief. I need a weapon. Hey, what did I say? Close. Close it up. Mass Effect map music. You could just find a Mass Effect map music playlist or a video. 10 hours of Mass Effect map music. How dare players feel safe in SG? They should fear the 8% PvP community. I mean, I think people focus too much on PvP. I think a lot of people are going to drop into these new locations and realize it's not just PvP that's a problem for them. They just don't want to get shot at. Because there are a lot of NPCs down here. I'm probably going to die once we get down there. Oh, that's beautiful crossfade in. Okay. So here we are. This is the lobby area of these locations. They're freaking loud. I'll turn that down for a bit. This is an armistice zone, so you don't have to worry about any sort of troubles happening here either if they do happen to be other people inside, and you know there aren't going to be NPCs up here. But once you get to the next few sections of this, you're going to have to deal with the possibilities of danger. Oh, hey! This is the first time I've seen another player in here. Interesting. So now I want to see... Hello, friend. He did a salute. Oh, there's another one. You guys together? Y'all, are y'all a couple? See, so what I've been wondering is if you take one of the hangers, is the other one, are they instanced or are they, ooh, I need to, what we should do is get, we need to get somebody else to come in here or come to this same location and see if both hangars are free. Because I find myself wondering, are they instanced? Can you have like 6 different groups land at these locations and come in? How will smart people handle respawn? Med beds and hangars work? I don't think the med beds work for respawn here. We can try it and see. All right, so we got, I got that they are instanced and that they are not instanced at the same time in in chat. Which one is it? Yeah, they don't support respawning here. You can get yourself healed up in between the different locations, but you still respawn at the other places. They are not instanced. The hangars are instanced. You had a few different groups coming in. Okay. So if they are instanced hangars, that means that people can just keep coming if they want to. In that case, this does present a risky possibility, because when you're down in these locations, you are getting swarmed. You're getting swarmed by NPCs. So you're kind of just shooting whatever pops up, and that can lead to mistakes when you're down in these zones. Now, here we go. We're leaving the armistice and heading into the proper facility. Yeah, it sounds like there might be people down here already. Oh boy. How this goes could literally decide whether or not people want to actually take part in these locations. Let's see. Any humans in here? No, we're in Stanton right now. Toes. Darth Mullen. You're a real one, bro. Thank you so much for the sub. Thanks for supporting the stream, man. Thanks for keeping the tomatoes plump. Plump and juicified. Juicelicious. Oof. I think my main goal right now is I want to get one of those snipers. They're in here, but I still haven't figured out how to get them. But this part is basically an arena. Okay, yeah, we definitely have a player down here. Yo, playa! Hello? Bro, this is tense. It's so funny that there are a bunch of snipers in here. Like, yes, that makes sense.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming in. This is your captain speaking. Tomato will be with you shortly.
We just get board raided? Hello, folks. Welcome in from the old board gamer. Welcome to 4.3, new locations, and a slightly tense situation where there is another player in here and we don't know what their goals are.
Yes, sir.
Yes, freaking sir. Hello, Sketch. Thanks for the raid, my dude. Hello? All right, first we're gonna grab this key card or this data chip. Oh, thank God we got some prism ammo. All right, we really got to check fire while we're down here. See, this looks so much like the space station, the abandoned space stations they wanted to introduce to the game last year. Board gets 3 shoutouts. That's how awesome he is. Oh, somebody wanted me to get shot. Mrs. Tomato, you missed your favorite thing. Toes. Ah, Taryn. My man. Thanks for the sub, dude. Thanks for the pizza funds all these years. Thanks for being a real one, man. Alright, so we need to copy the encrypted data onto this chip. But, oh, fuck. Jesus, you freaky god! Ay, why so violent? Ow. Nice block. Okay, alright. It was just one. It was just one!
Yay! Thank you!
There you go, Kexodus. Okay, so there's some repairs we need to make until we can get that card back. We need to find out where those repairs would happen. And hopefully not get shot and killed while doing it. That's not an NPC. Or that is an NPC. Hello, humans. Whoa. Hey, you player? No self-respecting players using a Karna. See, this gives me those Halo 2 vibes right here. Oh! Player? All right. Go back and get the data? I can't. I have to make repairs first. Dude, I love the continuity between the action music and the ambiance music in here. Whoop! Hey! Player? Brother. Hey. Okay, that's an NPC. You can tell because I didn't die immediately. It's a risky way to play, I know. I don't really have much to lose right now. Hello? Okay. How do I download the data? Need me to shoot first and ask questions later? I hate doing that, man. Be the change you want to see in the world. You lost the chip? I mean, I put it in. I just put the card in there. I don't... Where in damn hell? All right, are there any more cards? I don't see any more hard drives in here. It's probably broken now. Is that easy to just break it? Toes! You did the objective. Broken. No, I did not complete the required repairs, but I'm being told I don't need to for this part. The music is in game. Figured if we're doing like a first preview of this, I might as well let you guys hear all of the audio. Jaybird, have a good one, man. Thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed the stream. See you around, dude. Isn't this door supposed to be closed? Nice. We found one of the new snipers. Still one of the most frustrating parts of this game is just trying to... How does this thing work then? Ooh, that was cool. Okay, so it always stays charged. Honestly, it doesn't make that loud of a sound. Alright, here's another place to download some data. Got a multi-tool and the fabricator. Yeah, somebody's, I think, gone through here and actually gotten these spots open. Gotta be wild for the people first starting playing SC to go to do these missions for the first time. Whoa. Stranger citizen. Citizen things. I feel like I'm gonna get radiated if I go in here, huh? Ooh, yeah. Immediately. Okay, I guess we're figuring out what the heck's going on. It is a 0G segment. Yeah, it says right there. Whoa, that's not 0G. Okay, it's hefty. No, it's not. It's not that bad. Ow. Cool. Looks like we just moved over to the other side, really, of the same area. Could really use some low light scopes here. Good to remember for next time. Down another level we go. Dude, this place could be properly creepy. They could do some really scary stuff in here. Do we go for it? It's a pretty far drop. Oh, what the fuck? Dude. Just threw the med pen. Oi. Aye. Bro. Wear sunscreen. God. Dude. Got ourselves the new helmet. I can hear Copion around here somewhere. What the? Give me that. No, you could shrink down a quest to make a bulletproof helm. Would look like that one you have on a quest. Is this a heavy backpack or a medium? So I'd love to... Light backpack, okay. Oh, Quest VR, right. Alright, so this, I'm going to imagine, takes us back up to the top of the research facility. Twitch is at 7 subs. Yeah. Twitch has been hot and happy today. Proud of those toes. Thank you. Thank you very much. God. And then PK comes in and shifts the freaking whole... shifts the whole outset. Outlook? Seismic. PK is seismic. Still hasn't gotten me shot yet today, though, so I'm happy with him. Thank you. Thank you, PK. We appreciate you, dude. Heard something about goals? I think Mrs. Tomato is... What the heck is a Quantanium water bottle? I think Mrs. Tomato is rearing to start that RSI Meteor giveaway. Ooh, a data pad. Or an audio log. Okay, it's not playing. That is unfortunate. I'm kind of interested in hearing what the heck happened here. Please play. Damn. Give me the lore. No, someone on the YouTube site. Where's Baltzen? He says. You too blessed by Baltzen, man. Putting the team on his back over on the big red. It's mission specific? Seriously? That doesn't seem like a good way to do it. It only plays if you're on a certain mission. Sorry, CIG, that's not how audio logs work. I just heard somebody else with this sniper. Hello? Did y'all just hear me? Can they shoot through here? Whoa! Oh crap, I'm out of ammo. Jeez. I did not realize I was so close to running out. Alright, let's ditch that. Almost got me killed. I swear I heard one of those sniper rifles. I heard one loading. That was weird. See? You guys hear that? So I take it I've gone way too deep for the specific mission I'm on. Dude, there it is again. Hearing an NPC in a spawn closet. Must be in here. Alright, let's try and head back to the mission area. Or maybe I should just, like, remove this contract so I can try a new one? Let's take the elevator back up and see what we can do. Dude, what is going on? This is freaking creepy. Get me out of here. Come on. Is it even moving? Oh, there it is. It didn't say it was moving, so I was like wondering if it was stuck. Okay, back up we go. Hearing a lot of noises. Ooh. Goods. Let's get the goods. Yeah, I lied. There are no goods here. Loving the weekly space game news videos. Thank you so much, Yordle, for popping in and saying that. It means a lot to hear. Really appreciate you. Thanks for watching, though. I'm glad you like them. Please feel free to let me know if there are any space games you think need to go into the lineup. So this is essentially another contested zone? A little bit. It's set up in the same way, in that you're entering this sort of area where you figure things out. It feels a lot more focused on actual storytelling, though. And obviously with 100 of them, it's a little bit less about trying to bring people together. But I bet these are supposed to be instanced. You rock. You know that? Michael f***ing Moray, dude. Thank you, my man. 5 memberships on YouTube. Okay, guys, chill out. Sorry, they get way too enthusiastic. Thank you, dude. We appreciate your support. Thanks for keeping this stream going. This is just like a empty hallway. How nice. Yeah, we're in the Onyx facility. Jay, thank you for the bits, dude. Biddies to make her dance. And by her, I mean me. And by me, I mean a tomato. Where am I supposed to go from here? Oh, okay, I see. So I just got closed out entirely to the exit. And then this is just like the exit atrium almost. Oh, this will take me directly to engineering, and I'm guessing this takes me to the lobby. So you can kind of go back around. You know that? Bot Crunch, my dude. Hey, man. Appreciate you. Holy shit, you freaked the crap out of me.
Goals met!
Whoa, what? Who said you could shoot me because the goals were met?
Me?
Nobody
None of them
told me
came
this.
out.
It's okay, we all have that problem
Starting a giveaway.
sometimes.
What am I giving away?
We have a new giveaway? What do we?
All of the goals have been met.
I think that means we're starting an RSI Meteor giveaway. Ananzi. What the f wrong with you, man? You trying to cause trouble? I'm allowed to be shot. She's so excited to go back home because we have that gigantic Jeffala gun. The massive Nerf chain gun thing. Okay, so we are back up to the top. And yeah, it looks like we're back in the lobby here. It's like the exit section. I see, so you can't get back up through the exit. Makes sense. How about this? Lobby. Thank you very much. Shifty, my man. Hey, dude. Thank you so much for the membership on YouTube. Appreciate you. Anybody who's getting memberships gifted or receiving subs in this stream, just know that you have access to the newest exclusive videos talking about bounty hunting, being held back by the economy. Try to release a new exclusive every month for you guys because you make this possible. All right, we're back where we started. Let me see something about the contract we took. Maybe we can restart it. All right, accepted the thing. Oh, is it gonna take me to a different facility?
It's wasting my time.
I'm not wasting your time. I'm still here. Dang it. I really didn't want to have to go to a new spot. Let's do that. Oh, this is an investigation mission. Gain access to ASD's shuttered Onyx facility. Locate and access the research lab's personnel files. This one might send me to engineering. Let's see if this works. No, they both want me to go to S4C2. Man. Alright. We're just going to take a quick hop, skip, and a jump over to another Onyx facility just so we can do these contracts. So let's hit the ship and head over there. How do you like these new missions? I'm not too sure about them yet. And the location is interesting. Seems like people will compete here just like anywhere else. That is, unless they really do instance them all. Yeah, it's interesting that they did mention previously or recently that they want to get dynamic server meshing working for instancing to work how they want. It would be weird that, like, they didn't know that they needed to do that before instancing these, so it's a little confusing as to whether these were supposed to be instanced or not when they got in. I don't think you'll get funneled out of the location if you actually complete the mission. I unfortunately failed it.
You rock.
So I think they're just sending me to a brand new one somewhere else. Drink some Ruka. Dude, I'm not trying to die, man. Migs, thank you for the super chat, bro. That does a lot. We appreciate it. Keeping the potatoes on the table. I say that because I'm a huge sucker for potatoes lately, guys. I have a problem. This is why I did not name myself Space Potato. I like eating them too much, and that would have been kind of awkward in the long run. Looks already fairly polished to you for a PTU release. There's definitely work that needs to be done on these. Audio-wise, there are some graphical glitches I'm noticing, and I think the way that these missions are properly delivered are going to need some help. The NPCs are functioning very weirdly. The spawns are a little off at times. But they are interesting locations. They have potential. I'm not quite ready to give them the big fat juicy stamp of tomato just yet. Seemingly desync seems to be the elephant in the room until proven otherwise. Yeah, and it makes elephants not actually appear in the room because they're desynced. Where is it? Yeah. Kemi, how you doing, dude? Good to see you in chat. How have you been?
Systems off. Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
Alright, we're going to jump over to Euterpe real quick, and then we'll keep going. With so many of them wondering if they were just going to restrict access by having them off QTs and only mission accessible. Yeah, maybe they need to continue to improve this mission distribution system, because I did see people for the first time ever at these locations. But That was just in the lobby. I swear there was somebody downstairs, it seemed like. But maybe that was NPCs fighting against Copion.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Systems off.
Fat, juicy tomato stamp, that sounds like a euphemism. Dude, if you'd like it to be, it can be. If you're looking for that tomato juice, you're gonna get that tomato juice. Honestly, the sound, like, tomato juice, it does not sound yummy. Maybe I should have been like space pineapple. Or maybe we shouldn't be talking about my juice. V8 Splash, dude. What a throwback. I was more of a Otwala kind of guy. V8's not bad, though.
Systems off. Crusader Industries. A journey worth taking.
You're not as big as an elephant, except for your trunk. Oh, bro. I get it. I get your joke. Not bad grinding for ships. Did you see the Kruger sneak peek? No, I didn't. Did they release a sneak peek for the Kruger? Tomato juice is delicious. Really? I mean, thank you. I'm honored. Just not something I hear very often. Released a photo of a broken clock. Funny. Can you be my sugar tomato? Is there such thing? I could be everybody's heirloom. Toes. Abdi, my man. Hello, brother. How you doing? All right, RSI Meteor giveaway should be getting started soon, folks, so keep an eye out. Big shout and a thanks to everybody who helped us past our goals today. We want to give back, courtesy of CIG. Yo, Mrs. Tomato's coming and swinging. Oh, did you already start the giveaway?
Landing. Engines off.
We actually have an emote for Mrs. T. She's got the knife out. Watch yourself. Now we'll literally supply her with the knife. How do you participate in the giveaway? You will see the links popping up very shortly. I will let you know when it's up if you're not watching. Yeah, there it is. PK knows. It's funny because that one's of me with the knife. That's just me leaning out from the wall to hand the knife to Mrs. Tomato so that she can go to battle. You got very excited when you think about Starkitect, Genesis, and Planet Tech V5 could do for planets like ArcCorp, Cyberpunk on a grand scale. Yo, I'm excited for it. To be honest, I hadn't looked at the comments that I got on the video I made about the Planet Tech improvements coming to the game, but my lord, people were not happy about that. Instancing wasn't just ready yet. Yeah, it seems like that probably was what happened here. Okay, so now we're back in one of these locations, specifically the one where we're supposed to do the actual mission. Let us progress. This time we're heading down to engineering. I'm going to get a heal on first because I got an injury. Giveaway is live, folks. Exclamation point giveaway to make the link pop up. Follow the link to make good things happen. Why would people not be happy about improvements? A lot of the comments were just angry that I was covering that stuff. They ranged from Space Tomato is simping for Chris Roberts to making content out of thin air to I don't know. Oh, it's just all kinds of stuff. They just make people mad. I didn't even mention Chris Roberts in the video. I don't know where that comes from. I would hate to be a friend of that person though. You order something off Amazon and he's like, he's rubbing one off to Jeff Bezos again. Oh, relax, man. All right, guys, you don't have to spam the command. Don't break the bot. Don't break the bot. He's fragile. Okay, he's nervous. He's a little shy.
Okay, the engineering wing of the facility is what keeps the whole place running.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Weird readings coming from this section. I'm guessing they got something a little more powerful than a generator stashed inside.
Okay.
Tread lightly.
Sounds good. Treading lightly, buddy. Except also I have a gun, so treading a little heavy. So this is the other wing. Before we were in research, which is like a multi-tiered compound that you descend through. This, I have not done much in this engineering section just yet. Oh, it looks like somebody cleared the hallway here. Couldn't go this way before. Yeah, just click the link for the giveaway, folks. You don't have to type in exclamation point giveaway when somebody already has. All right, let's clear this jump. Cooling pipes disconnected. Complete required repairs to access. Track down and access personnel files. Dang it, those are back there. I didn't even have to come over here. I've already gone too far into this area compared to what I'm supposed to be doing. But to be honest, I don't know how to get back out of here. Not going back that way. So here's the first repair we need to make. Where's my multi-tool? Did I not pick up a multi-tool? Ah, I see how this works. You have to get a single one for the multi-tool, huh? Like this. Ah, cool. How do I equip it? Do I have the wrong module equipped? Is that why? Tractor beam. Could have sworn I had a repair module. Alright, we're gonna have to find one of those somewhere. Toes. Dude, I'm terrified to try and jump that. I don't know how else to get out of this area, though. Nasty Master, thank you for subbing up, man. Appreciate you being here in chat. Notification gang. Gang. Maybe there's like an elevator I can take? Yeah, if you want to get into the PTU, just copy your live folder and then name it PTU, and then verify files. Makes it faster. Whoa. So this is definitely giving me vibes of some of the stuff they were working on for underground facilities back in the day. PTU is open to everybody, yep. Yeah, something big's going on back here. Ah! Holy crap. Weirdo. That was a freaking ton of radiation, man. Was that just this thing pulsing off? Oh, this guy's got a radiation suit on. This is a player. You're with static pop, people tend to build up, not down. What do you mean? Shoot, Twitch, you guys are going hard on the RSI Meteor giveaway. Oh, you guys are talking about how they built these locations. I don't know, man. I say build however your heart is feeling. Matt Sully, have a good one, dude. Thanks for hanging out today. This will definitely be something that needs to get figured out before we go live. The servers are struggling. And it might just be because they added 100 new things to the game. Shout out to Bot on YouTube. Once again, I see that 10 membership thing popping up at the top of the chat. Bot Crunch, the actual homie. How's everybody's week going, by the way? Now that we have this lovely moment to stop and address the elephant in the room, are you having a good week? You have any big plans for this week? Doing big things? Bigly? Muchos grande, chok buyuk, tipi piacho. That last part didn't mean big, meant cutthroat. Tomorrow is the first day of work after 2-week vacation. Ooh, you ready for that, Wolf's Light? Your plans this week are to find a working cargo elevator. Yeah, it sounds like it'll take a whole week. Michael, you're just working this week? Love your 30-hour week, 6 hours per day. Nice. That's not bad. May I ask what you do? 6 hours per day is fucking chill, man. Sorry, I was late on that one. I think we'll get new locations that are a bit more than like just little shanty towns. Although I do think that we're not gonna see other cities. What? Damn, what the Dude, did everything just reload? Okay, don't go AFK if you have a server error. Yeah, I can't take any of his stuff. Whoa! Hey, this guy's got a pulse. Nice. I'll take that. In fact, we'll trade that up for the coda. Another pulse. So you could just go in here and do some looting as well, because they've got some nice weapons. Dang, the price of my pulse is going to go down so quickly on the farmer's market. Yeah, new music. Don't call it an event. Not an event. Just locations. Give me that. Yoink. Whoa! Dude, all of these guys have pulses. Is there like a manufacturer down here? Give it to me. How much you want for the weapon? I was offering it for 200,000. because that's what I saw somebody offering to pay for it in global chat. But you know, I'm up for negotiations. If you go to our org's Discord server, you'll see the farmers market on there. It's our buy and sell shop. You'll see my post. And I think we're gonna hit another server error here. There it is. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's on the GII. In the GII section on Discord. You work at the meat counter for your local supermarket, prepping the counter itself, making salads, selling, checking the inventory, making orders so the shelves are full. Nice. Keeping the people fed, dude. That's freaking important. I love food personally. So I appreciate what you do. GII, we sell you stuff and take your cookies. You consume food daily? Dude, same here. You would be surprised, but I put food into my body. And I'm super happy about it. You'll bake cookies for the garden? Don't let Vasta know, dude. He's gonna take them. There's no way to leave once you've made it to this location? I didn't specify through my mouth. Toes. I'm a tomato man. We have ways of doing things. Joker Tango. 24 months subbed up. 2 whole freaking years, bro. Let's hear one for freaking Tango. That's... Thank you. Okay, all right. Okay. Thank you, man. Appreciate your support. No elevators out. What the hell? So what are you supposed to do? You just off yourself to get out of here? Man is committed longer than most marriages nowadays. Oh boy. There's a statement. Play catch-up gamer, you deliver packages for a basic living to focus on writing and editing books. Your wife has written 2 so far. You're writing your first. You can accomplish anything with lowering your lifestyle and expectations. Brother, I am a firm believer that we as a society are too obsessed, or rather, we as a society are too pressured and stressed to keep making more money. And if everybody felt like they could live on the earnings that they are able to make with their skills and talents, at least a very large minority of our population would be putting out really good creative works and doing things that benefited the world in non-quantifiable ways, and it would just altogether be better. Unfortunately, everybody is scrapping their last penny together from in between the couches, the lawn, the pool, the squirrel's butt cheeks outside. Everybody wants to get the last cent they possibly can because you can't pay for more than like 2 freaking sticks of gum on an even day. And so everybody's stressed out and nobody gets to actually do the stuff that they love. I bet there's a ton of people in the chat right now who could paint something amazing, write a credible book, put together a song, create some level of art that would like make all of our lives better. It's a bummer that we're gone are the days that you could like you could work on music and maybe only 50 people would hear that music, but because it doesn't matter that you have to support yourself in doing that, you could just do it, you know? US corporate greed, and man, it's not even just a US sort of thing. It's a human thing. It's a our philosophy kind of thing at this point. We're stuck. We're stuck running on a treadmill that never turns off. So I can't get out of here? We're donezo? I must keep going? I'm about to get wrecked by radiation if I go this way, huh? As soon as that thing pulses. Oh! Oh! Just want good food and games and you're happy. Wouldn't that be nice, man? Just eating potatoes, or I guess, you know, whatever you guys might be obsessed with. That's my personal obsession. Eating potatoes, playing video games, and contributing to the world in some way that works for you. I don't know, man. Does anybody know what the heck is going to happen when all these AI agents are going to start being able to do so many of the things that we already need to do to make a living? Elevator on the other side, back to the... Alright, Jinxie. Let's give it a go. Ah! God. Oh, these servers are damaged. Go back to where the medium Valakar spawns. You adapt. Yeah, see, but it's hard to adapt when there's less and less money in the pool. In a perfect world, AI will allow us to not have to work for the entirety of our lives. Yeah, see, but like for that to happen, our philosophy as humans needs to keep up with our ingenuity of technology. And that's not really happening. I just watched the voice actor for Adam Jensen have an argument with somebody on Twitter. Not even an argument. He just said, "Don't do that, please." This person who was replacing the voice of V in Cyberpunk. And everybody's like, bruh, the person themselves whose voice you're trying to replicate is saying don't do that. And the person was just like, f off, I do what I want, I bought the game. And it's like, okay, well, that's what it's gonna be. That's where we're headed. Like, it doesn't even matter if we find a way to adapt. People are gonna find ways to get around your attempts to try and adapt. Unless our philosophy as an entire species can keep up. You got your master's 2 years ago, immediately got laid off, and now work at a grocery store? Sorry to hear that. Does the grocery store pay more for masters, at least? And that's not to say this kind of stuff hasn't happened before. Like, every time technology makes a leap forward, obviously, we have to figure out a way to keep up with it. But usually we can't. Okay, let me try going back to where the Valakar are. I think that was on that little circular piece, right? Like right out here, yeah? See the way these people are dying? I want to die like this. Like I'm just a mannequin that fell over. Why am I so tired? My heart rate's just sitting at like 180 beats per minute. This can't be healthy. Does my guy need to poop? Is that what's going on here? Alright, to the left of the circle thing. Oh, crap. I can't even sprint. Is an AI-generated facsimile of a person's voice a violation of their likeness? I think it's gonna depend on person to person. Some people obviously are gonna be A-okay with you replicating their voice. Some people are not. But I do think that if somebody is like, hey, please don't do that with my voice, you should probably try and respect it. Just out of being a kind person. It's not like there should be a law that's like, nobody can create AI voices. That's ridiculous. Hey. Oy. My guns won't fire, man. I can't shoot. This seems like a bad thing. There we go. I really love the alternative fire on this gun. You guys are really bad at your jobs. It's kind of crazy that they brought this many people down here for like an organized raid. Is it that serious, folks? There's 100 at these locations. Ooh. Hey. That's fun. Honestly, I don't need one of those, though. Oh, I love the Volt pistol. Volt pistol is one of my favorites in game. I like the way it shoots. I like the way it sounds. Reminds me of an LH-86 with a little bit of sci-fi mixed in. More of the fi part. All right, here's the elevator. Let's have another go. We'll go back around and get the personnel files, and then we'll dig deeper. What you find out is how much generative AI will do for gaming. People stupidly push back. You shoot yourself in the foot and handicapping yourself without even realizing it. Okay, another attempt. This guy's like, what kind of, are you actually doing anything down there? No, I'm just running around. I'm talking to chat. Dang it. All right, give me 1 second. Oi. Alrighty. It's kind of funny that all I had to do was come in here and access this computer terminal, but we ended up going so deep into this room. And nice. Very good. Is the multi-tool med attachment as efficient with keeping your drug level low as the med gun is? No, not exactly. It has no drug control, so you can't really do as much with it. It'll keep you from dying, though. But yeah, it gets pretty bad because there's so many, these servers are not running well in PTU right now. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, dude. Yeah, the first time I got in here, I was not having this many errors. This is not going particularly well. But it's first wave of PTU, technically. I mean, I think this is part of why they wanted to get everybody in. Like, they wanted to put it to all waves so quickly. There is no decay of excitement in the PTU phase. This is day one, and everyone has access. Nobody is burnt out on this content yet. Everybody's trying to play it. And God, I hope that they're just getting some very good readings on it and they can act on this data. Still only the Evo build. That's true. I'm hoping they give this like a solid 2 to 3 weeks on the PTU. Here's hoping that 4.3 is a step up in performance from 4.2 and 4.1. We need to figure out time travel. Bro, we needed that back in 2012 when they pitched this game. Although I think we probably would have time traveled forward to like 2015 and they would have been like, "Ah, come back later." Then we would have time traveled forward to like 2018 and they would have been like, "Hold up, no, come back." And then we would have time traveled to 2020 and they would have been like, "Jesus, please go, come back later." And then we would have time traveled to 2025 and they would have been like, "Ah, come back." Just keep coming back at another point. And by that time, we just broke the time travel machine. If you had a time travel machine and your goal was to go back in time to get Star Citizen to release faster, what time would you go to and what would you do? The idea behind these facilities is that they were being used for other experiments, not just the regen crisis. This is just, whoa, hey! Hey! Ah, I can't shoot! I can't shoot my gun! Dude, they're cheating. They hacked me. Filthy hackers. Can we please just get this data and get out of here? Okay. We good. Next objective. Go to the research wing. Let's get out of here. You would go the day before Kickstarter and tell Chris not to offer stretch goals. Yeah, dude. That's a freaking good call. Lower tier flight model, Maelstrom, planetary tech, dynamic meshing economy, Nixon base building. That's what you're hoping to hear about this year. Make a copy of the game and go to 2012. That's a simple way to fix it. Here you go. You get 12 more years now, you guys. You gotta complete it by then. You tell them to avoid Unreal Engine? Wait, they never, you mean Crytek? They didn't use Unreal Engine for this. Oh, what the? Does this not go up to the lobby? Is this one? Do I have to find another way back out? Go back and have Chris and Elite Dangerous collaborate in making a space game. I like Elite. How's 4.3 treating me? Honestly, it's kind of narcoleptic. It just keeps like, the servers just keep going to sleep out of nowhere.
Hey, I want you to be extra careful inside the Onyx research wing. I'm not exactly sure what you're gonna find, but whatever it is, probably best not to think too hard about it. Try to focus on the job at hand.
Okay. Content and the locations. Question, why bigger planets? Still thinking about the topic you brought up. Bigger planets just because, like, they're not limited not to do it. And I think bigger planets mean more space to do stuff without losing the POI density that they already have. Or the difficulties of traveling around larger spaces that they have right now. I just see roadblocks having moved out of their way, and so I feel like they could increase planet size if they wanted to. I think a lot of people watched my video and took it as me like demanding that planets should be bigger or saying that that's the most important thing in the game. And I think people are just taking it a little too seriously. It's kind of just like a fun thought I had and I wanted to make a video out of it, but people really took it as like I'm saying it's the most important thing the game needs, and it's very clearly not.
I'm gonna have to run these names to see if we get any hits. But I'm seeing Dr. Yored's accessed some personal logs. And some are even tagged from the last few weeks. Okay, give me a second and I'll send you an updated contract.
Leave the facility? What? You're not making any sense, Boyle. How? What? Wait, so the objectives are to come here, tap on 2 computers, and then leave? I feel like this guy's yanking my chain. Good morning, Chris. Why am I exploring alone? I just like playing the game alone. I'm also like, it's hard for me to party up with people over here because Discord is blocked and I can't really stream the game while I'm on a VPN. So it ends up being dang near impossible to like use Discord to coordinate with folks. VoIP in the game doesn't work all that well, so I just generally tend to play alone while I'm here. You're exploring all of Pyro at the moment for fun. Yeah, Pyro's pretty empty these days. They were talking about textures being a problem when increasing the planet's size. Maybe I missed that. Just introducing you to the sites, right? Yeah, but like, don't you kind of want like a solid 30-minute play session in one place rather than being sent to go somewhere else again? All right, on we go. I guess we go to another facility at this point.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on. Launch complete.
You liked the Planetech video? Thank you for watching it. I mean, I know, like, don't get me wrong. The video itself got like 40 something thousand views. I know that people enjoyed it, and I do appreciate folks who checked it out. The comments are definitely a minority of people. Most people understood what I was getting at there. Genuinely, I just appreciate, like, I mean, if somebody has enough heart in the subject to comment, then I appreciate that they did. Okay. Okay, they still want me to go to... Where's that different? Missing data. That's sending me to Crusader. Access engineering files. See, what I don't know is this still in the microtech area? Let's see. S4B10. Okay, yes, so it's still on... This is interesting. Are they using this as a way to introduce investigation missions? Like, will they have mercenary missions that take place at these locations as well? Are these locations just being dropped in as a place for other missions to spawn? Or are they trying to link them specifically just to investigation missions? That's
Engage.
what I'm trying to get.
Complete. Quantum travel. Engage. Quantum travel.
In the Planetech video, you were very clear on what you think. Some people in Hammers just hear some things. Runs to the comments, don't finish the video or what you have to say. This is true. I thought it would be very nice if YouTube implemented a feature that shows how much of a video somebody watched, like, in their comment.
Quantum travel. Engage.
The acronym of scope creep is SC. You know what I say to that? Scope creep! Yay!
Quantum travel. Complete.
Scope creep has literally put hair on my chinny chin chin. I've become older, more wise, more bitter. The internet is truly the final frontier. Sorry, Star Trek, we never made it that far. It's the internet. We got stuck there. That'd be so funny if, like, the Star Trek intro, there is some kind of satirical show that use the same intro. They're like, space. The final frontier. Oh, wait. Hold on. No, I just got a call. We didn't make it to space. We're still on social media. Sorry, guys. Internet. The final frontier. Where we can watch things about space and imagine going to different planets and discovering new things. You're right, there is one more wing in these. One more wing in these underground facilities. Random question Static Pop is asking in chat. Did you play AC Shadows? And is it worth $70? It's got to be less than $70 by now. They had to have put that on sale. I do really want to play AC Shadows. I haven't gotten into it yet. But I think I'm going to wait till it's on sale. Do I think the original game idea for the game would have been better, like without Planet Tech and such? It seems to me like the original idea for this game would have been kind of like X4, but as an MMO. And less large scale in terms of control. Like you can't control fleets and stuff. But I think there's definitely a place for the original vision for Star Citizen. But I am overjoyed with the version that we're getting. And I think part of the reason I don't have as big a problem as with that not being the reality is like we do have games like X4. We have games like Empyrean and Elite Dangerous and I don't know whatever else is in the genre. If there weren't other companies making cool space games, I would be very disappointed that Star Citizen was our only choice and it was in the state that it's in, but we live in a world where there are tons of companies making some really cool progress on different visions of the same kind of game, and it's pretty f***ing awesome. That's why I started the Space Games Weekly series, because it's not just about Star Citizen. There's good stuff happening all over the industry. Yeah, No Man's Sky. Freaking Starship Simulator. Spacecraft. Verse Project. A lot of choices. I just love space stuff. It's freaking cool. And it's awesome to see what different people's visions look like when it comes to this medium. Kind of feel like Starfield is the single-player version of what SC was originally pitched to us as. I wonder how close Squadron would have gotten to like something like Starfield. Your problem with a lot of it is that so many SC players demand the game is only made the way they want. It's narrow-minded and egotistical. It is really annoying to watch this game be built in slow motion and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and hear all this stuff about the engine and the tools and the systems, and then we finally start seeing them show up, and as soon as they are, we have people who weren't here for the whole time suddenly being like, nah, this is dumb, don't do this. Your game is gonna fail. This isn't gonna work. And it's like, just let them try. After all this time, please just let them try. And if they fail, they fail. If they fail, somebody else will learn from it and they'll pick up where they left off and they'll try to make something cool. But it's crazy to look at a project that's taken 12 years and then experience it for 4 months and be like, nah, this isn't it. Change it. Instead of just being like, I don't like this game. I'm going to drop it. I don't want to play this. Hey, can I come inside? You want to let me in? What do you say? There we go. Have I seen the multi-crew stuff of Wildgate? A little bit. I did some research on Wildgate. That was a game I reported on last Monday on the previous episode of Space Games Weekly. Seems like a cool game. Keep an eye on it.
Landing complete. Engines off.
What's for lunch? I have a beer. What are you doing for lunch, dude? Really in the mood for Kavrunma pizza. Should play the old Wing Commander of games for context. You know, Vassen, I'm definitely going to take you up on that playing Freelancer on stream. I think that would be a cool little insight. It'd be a fun thing to chat about and a cool insight into what this game is supposed to look like in the future. Would you guys be interested in seeing Freelancer on this stream? Ooh, corn dogs. Holy f***ing yum, dude. Corn dogs are like a rich man's poor food. I actually don't think that's accurate, but I want to think so. Makes me feel better about eating corn dogs. Oh, dude, a burrito. I haven't had a good burrito in like 3 months. If you liked Satisfactory, Space Rupture coming out later this year looks promising for a space-themed automation game. Interesting. Have you heard of Dyson Sphere Project? Is it anything like that? Oh, Freelancer has mods that make the game look good? That's definitely a bonus for me. You watch me play any space game. Thank you, Static Pop. That's heartwarming. Thank you. Star Rupture. 2 mentions of Star Rupture. Let me write that down. Maybe we can cover that. Rupture as a word makes me feel uncomfortable because it's used in so many medical applications for things that are just generally not comforting. It makes me wince a little bit when I hear that word. The proliferation of medical beds in the Star Citizen universe is truly something we need in real life. Could you imagine how quickly the health insurance industry would collapse if there were just medical beds fully operational in complete ruins? Just anywhere you go, you can just lay down and heal any ailment. I never thought that Star Citizen would be the utopia I wanted to live in, but there you go. You've heard of Dyson Sphere but never played it. Do you know if Star Rupture is like it at all? Someone told you that a corn dog is a poor man's beef Wellington? Oh, God, that's a good one. Insurance companies would hire squads of commandos to run around destroying medical beds. They would just kill whoever came up with the idea. Okay, so we are now on our second objective in the engineering section. Track down and access Jorit's files. So it sounds like we're going to be sent a little bit deeper in. Hopefully we get to experience a little bit more fun times. Grab some pulse ammo here. Hear about the research into a bandage that uses electricity to speed up healing? No, that sounds interesting. Sci-fi satisfactory. Okay, you guys are getting me a little interested in this star rupture thing. Name notwithstanding, I think it sounds like a good deal. Hey! I can't shoot my guns. Okay. Man, these servers are messed up right now. This is like the worst server performance I've seen, I guess since before server meshing. Two words for you, more ammo. Yikes. Brother. See, like, this isn't in the trailers, you know? Come play Star Citizen, but also, does your gun work? Hopefully we can find some ammo as we go. Access Jorit's files. There's a weird game audio glitch that goes on in these facilities sometimes where the audio is like muffled like you're underwater. We need to repair these pipes, I think. But I still don't have the attachment needed to do that. They just keep giving me... They're giving me the multi-tool, but it doesn't have the attachment I need to use. Oh, it tells me where Jorit's files are. What the... Brother. Y'all are terrible at your job. I can barely hear him because of the audio glitch.
While I admit this new method of power generation was flawed, it's impressive that this anomaly is still sustaining after all these years. In fact, I might be able to draw upon its power for my new project.
Seems like the bastard might have claimed.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm going to run down a few leads and see if I can figure out where. I'll contact you when I have more. Until then, get out of there as soon as you can. Nothing would be a help to linger down there too long.
Sir, I don't know what the heck you just said. Okay, now we have to leave the facility again. Man, I don't know about this format. This is, it's a little... I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll be different when everything is functioning correctly. But I feel like I'm running chores rather than handling full-on contracts. What the... Is the first engineering mission after the introduction? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, back in the lobby again. I feel like I would prefer if these were formatted to where you're completing a task and then that task sends you deeper into the compound or maybe over to the other wing, but making you completely leave the facility and quantum travel to another location seems like you're just kind of stretched the time out. Yeah, interesting to see what they do with the fabricators. Why do they have so much trouble with mission design and SC while creating a full single-player game? I think part of it is a single-player game. Most of the missions are combat-focused. And they're just kind of not caring as much about missions in this game. I just think like whoever is making the decisions really doesn't care all that much to make Star Citizen significantly better. then again, we have seen that there's plenty of puzzles and platforming in Squadron 42. All right. I think we can just get rid of this one. Access research files. Okay. We are making another trip to a different one to access the same files. Yeah, this is, I think this is not how they were going to have these working if they were instanced. And they were just going to have it be like all of this in one facility.
Engage. Quantum travel complete.
You don't think they care about SC, or is it just priorities? I think people care about SC. But yeah, I think the overall priority of the company, and this trickles down, is Squadron 42 first.
Quantum travel complete.
You think this is working as intended? Man, I hope to God not. Like, I understand time sinks, but this is kind of egregious. One objective, and then you have to fly to a different moon. It's a little freaking crazy. You think more missions will be put in later in the PTU, and we will have more to do at one location before moving out to a new one? I would like that. I hope that is how it is. Honestly, first day, I'm not that bothered by this. Like I'm saying, this is not great the way it's working. But I'll wait to see how they actually launch it to live before we make a call on that. Maybe just a couple comments about how it's working so far, but obviously everything can change.
Landing gear down.
Built with quantum boosting in mind. Maybe. I would love if these were built in clusters, not the underground facilities, but like if these underground facilities just had other ground locations nearby that may be chained into the missions you're doing, instead of going to other underground facilities.
Landing. Engines off.
Didn't they say these will have missions that you only get in the ASD facility? Like local missions you get here? Since they couldn't get it to work instance, they just added 100 locations so not to bottleneck players. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that, Vass. Whatever. Local missions, I haven't seen any, but I would really like to experience that. I think that would help these locations a lot. And loud music. There it is. Yeah, these locations can be placeholders. They could be upon tons of testing. It could be doing a lot with these locations.
Toes.
You know what would be awesome, though, is if we actually were communicated on how they were supposed to work. What? So, like, it'd be great to get a Star Citizen live this week. That brings in the mission designers or the locations team to talk about what their ideas are here. Hit us with that 1-2 punch. Right in the gamer noggin. Okay, so we're looking for some more files now. This time we are in the research facility. No objective marker yet. Could it be these files? Nope, we already got those. So let's descend deeper. The atmosphere in these locations is good. I get goosebumps at some parts. Goosebumps are good. I want to be a goose. I want to have the bumps. Hello, Talus. How you doing? Good to see you in chat. Hope you've been well. So since that very first room we entered, oh god, we haven't seen a single other player.
Toes.
There it is. Ichigo. Perfect timing with the Prime sub, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you so much for the sub. Thanks for the support. And it's a Prime sub, so we're sticking it to Bezos. That's right, not simping for the big JB. Justin Bieber? Who's the more famous JB? Jeb Bush. Ah! That guy. JB Monty. Jim Beam. James Bond. Jeb Bush. Justin Bieber. Jeff Bezos. There's so many JBs in this world. How many JBs in the chat? Oh yeah, we also got Jack Black. Nice. We could just keep going. Johnny Bravo, dude. There's a throwback. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's right. Jackie Brown, very nice. I don't know a J Balvin, but I'll take it. Hey, how about Jay the Bartender? That's a JB, right? Jessica Biel, right? Good, good. Underworld, right? She's in Underworld. A former pro bull rider. I hope he's former for good reasons. J Balvin is a reggaeton artist, okay. JB Smooth. Jibbity Bannersmith. Huge fan of him. Good old Jiminy. What's the Hulk's name? Isn't his name something Banner? Does his first name start with a J by any chance? Ah, it's Bruce. That's right. Yeah, yeah, they love their double letter initials in the DC universe or the Marvel universe. Yeah, Peter Parker, Bruce Banner, other names. Jason Bourne. How am I forgetting all these obvious choices? How did I go to Jeb Bush before Jason Bourne? Shame. Shame on my cow. Ding, 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 ding. Last bull he rode, he broke his neck. Oof. Needed to heal and quit for good. Was the only way he would stop. Was his passion and always good to the animals and respected them. Well, glad he got away with his neck. Because Jason Bourne wanted it that way. Oh my god. It's Jason Bourne. Oh yeah, Joe Biden. That's a... Oof, dude. Jeb Bush before Joe Biden. I'm awful. It was literally the president. I would like my guns to work. I appreciate that this guy is so kind to let me like figure out my situation before he figures it out for me. A real team player he's being. Haha! Dude, this thing takes forever to heat up when you're not on a hot moon. I'm like actively trying to put it into its alternative fire and it's just not. Whoa! Clear! Wait, not clear! Contact! Double contact! Ow! Ow! Jesus! Shoot! Oh, come on, dude. Let me shoot. See, now they're starting to respond. Really easy to get overwhelmed here when they're actually fighting back. Yo, look at the lighting on the hallway, bro. That looks so good. That's sick. Oh, is he reviving him? Or are you looting your friend? Alrighty, so where are these files? I don't have any markers for them. Track down and access the files. Dude, I really love the way this gun fires. Okay. Marker will show up once you get closer, okay. When did SC become a horror game? Honestly, it was only one step away with those caves. Thank you, by the way, for that advice, Vastin. You didn't tell me exactly where to go, but you let me know how it's supposed to work. Yeah. God dang it. What's the lore here? Why is everyone walking around in the dark? They're vampires. Hey, Victoria, good to see you in chat, dude. The real horror of this game are the server crashes now. Hey, Ginger Prince. How you doing today, dude? Good Monday for you? These places excite you for the R-Corp sewers. If nothing else, the performance here ain't great. The NPCs are having trouble. The way that they're putting me on these missions is a little jarring, but as far as just developing an area with a good atmosphere, some level of story, and an NPC narrative that like chimes in every once in a while to talk to me, a la really any single player game with mission givers of some sort, these seem like fairly entertaining spaces that they could put more stuff in. I would love to see these that in ways that depend less on combat. Combat is a very easy way for them to put content into the game, but like once we get to a point where combat isn't necessarily around every corner in places like these, and they can instance this, I think they've finally got something solid for players to just hop in and do. And then on top of that, you got other sandbox activities elsewhere. You get the overall open world with like trading and mining and stuff that you could be doing in the meantime. Yeah, they could really use these. They could really make good use of these, but we'll see if they do. That's the big one. Star Citizen always has potential. The interesting part is how they use it. Day is good so far, thanks. How about you? I'm doing well. It's been a busy day, but a fully featured day. Got to talk to my parents. To be honest, it's kind of hard to get to talk to them because of the time difference, and I haven't had a good like phone call with them in weeks, so that was nice. Got to see some friends that we haven't seen in a while today. Got to put out an episode of Space Games Weekly, which I hope people are enjoying and getting to play some 4.3 with the absolute best freaking community this side of the Asmongold community. No, I promise I hold you guys to a higher standard than that. You're still amazed people think wonderful PvE content is possible in an MMO? What do you mean? Why wouldn't it be? Been exploring all morning, been really enjoying it. The next thing I would look for in a location like this is the ability to go throughout it without any mission markers, and you just naturally find stuff and put together the puzzle pieces. Hello. It's hot in here. But that's because you just walked in. I made a Mrs. Tomatoes hot joke. Wish we could get more places that are not tied to missions and are still this detailed. Yeah, exactly. This PvE versus PvP debate needs to be fired into the sun. Dude, it's so exhausting. It's so freaking exhausting. Oh, I'm not using the Coda, I'm using the Pulse. This is the new Volt pistol. Hey, no problem, Sims. Yeah, I want to see, like, in terms of investigation missions, I won't lie to you, this is pretty substandard. After what we saw from investigation missions back in 2022, I'm a little bummed that this is what we're seeing from their first implementation, but I'm also gonna withhold judgment that there are actual investigation missions coming. I'm not trying to cope too hard. I don't want to break any bones, but I'm guessing they want them to be different and deeper than this, more organic. And they just don't have the ability to do everything they want with investigations yet. Oop. Where from, kid? Jesus. Just all the Volt weapons don't do well with a flashlight on. That was dramatic. Alright, I'm gonna need some pulse ammo soon. Where is my pulse ammo? Not showing up. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Alright, let's keep moving in here. Damn, bro. Fuck. My gun's not working. We're about to server error, I think. Or I just don't have any more med pens. My backpack won't load, so I can't equip them. Yeah, I'm kind of screwed here. Can a flashlight be attached to the bolt guns? I would hope so. Dude, I think I'm kind of screwed. I can't access my inventory. I can't shoot my gun either. Oh, shit. Come on. Okay. Still can't shoot my P8. Bro, this is awful. This is some of the worst performance we've had. This is absolutely the worst performance we've had all year. PTU, baby. No, son of a bitch. Yeah, the only thing that's working is my prism. Even that's not working every time. Not really sure what's determining if a gun works or not. The shit just ain't working. Fist fight. He hit him with the chair. Oh shit, they're behind me. Seriously? Not a hit? Ay, caramba! Go! Please just reload the gun. Can you buy a P4 ammo at Babbage? Probably. Okay. Can we please move on? Yeah, inventories are just basically broken completely for me at this point, I think. I can't even loot stuff. I think this server's basically done. I gotta figure out how to open these doors. Spoke with 10 Pound about one of the devs' comments about the scanning feature. Do you think they lied about feature complete of Squadron 42? Do you think they meant ready to implement in SC? I think when they said feature complete, they meant the most basic versions of the features that they wanted to have could work in the game. The easy way to say feature complete while still needing to do a ton of work on them. You know, technically correct. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, and these server errors aren't getting any better. The person they hired for audio wasn't for Squadron. That was for Star Citizen. How many shards are online at the PU? Just one? No, I'm guessing it's more than one shard. When not everything's implemented, how can you say we're polishing? Dude, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't freaking know. Despite what YouTube comments may say, I am not a Chris Roberts sycophant. I think that he is so uncareful with his words and says whatever he can to generate confidence and hype. And the things he says are probably a stretch when it comes to being true. They're entering the polishing phase, which means they're figuring out whether or not a scan should be 360 degrees or if it should be a targeted scan wave towards a specific point. And that's what he decides to say is either polishing or finished, you know? Don't you think they were contractually obligated to say certain things? I certainly think that in 2023, they were trying very hard to give more confidence in Squadron 42. The financial report of 2023 for CIG is very telling about where they are, where they were at that stage, and what they felt the most important message was to send. And at that point, the most important message I think they had to send was that Squadron 42 was their main focus, mainly to investors, honestly. But I'm speaking slapstick. I don't know if that's what you call it. This isn't, I don't want this to be taken as like some kind of law I'm laying down. These are just kind of my opinions from what I've seen, but it really does feel like they were feeling pressured to give good news about Squadron. They were walking like they were swinging past their knees. I think it's just a lesson to not read too much into what Chris says, which we've had a lot of those lessons. This whole development has been an elementary class in parsing words. Boom, 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 boom. Seeing a lot of videos of SC open development is over. What do you think? I think 10 Pound is a freaking master at the narrative of his videos, and I'm actually really proud of him. We were talking about the video he was working on to make that statement before the podcast. He was on the podcast 2 weeks ago, I think. He was saying he was working on that video, and we were talking about it. And I think that his video is being taken at face value of the thumbnail and title, which is made to obviously get people to watch. But I think that his opinion wouldn't necessarily be that open development is completely dead. We have some signs, some deliverances of information from the roadmap to Spectrum comments to monthly reports to CitizenCon. But I think that CIG's style of development has moved on. And I'm hoping that it's just this sort of period in which they're leading up to Squadron 42, and they just don't have the development going on in Star Citizen to really keep the airwaves full of news like they did before. But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to go back to it. Once that door is shut, it's easy to keep it closed. Open development is a bitch. It's honestly probably one of the worst ways to make a game in terms of the amount of stress you put on the company and the devs. I would go so far as to say that any profession I don't understand, I would probably give bad feedback to if they showed me everything that, like, if we saw how the next iPhone was being developed, we would probably give them more shit than they deserve. Because at the end of the day, they're probably going to put out the iPhone and it's going to have its problems and it's going to have its successes. But throughout that process, we see all the failures, all the scrapped models, all of the difficulties in creating a product. And nobody really wants to do that with a bunch of people looking over their shoulder. Obviously, that's how you make your money. That's how CIG made their money. But they just spend so much time trying to make the PU better based on feedback that they're getting that doesn't have the same context that they have. This is something I say when it comes to running our org, GII. We would love to tell everybody exactly what we're doing, exactly the direction we're going in, and the things that we have planned for GII in a month, in 3 months, in 6 months. But many of you who are in GII have probably noticed I've said things that we want to do, and then those things don't end up working out in that amount of time. And it's like, okay, well, what the heck? Where is it? What's going on? And you either get there or you don't. Most of the times it's not perfect. But opening yourself up to criticism at every single point can really start to weigh heavy on your people. So I don't think open development's gone, but I think it's definitely scaled back. Torsten told us multiple times that engineering is around the corner, that we'll get tech PTU for it, frustrating if not delivered. Yeah, and they just gotta stop doing that. You were told free cookies with GII? I thought you were in charge of that, Paston. Alright guys, I think our server is just about done. I think we have done enough exploration of these locations for today. We'll be back on Wednesday to do some more and hopefully dig a little deeper into this content. I'm going to try and get a video out covering these locations on the gameplay channel, Space Tomato Plays on YouTube tomorrow, and probably try and do a little bit of a talk on Space Tomato 2 tomorrow as well. So keep an eye out for more coverage of these locations and features. Check out the main channel if you want to see more space games weekly right now. I'll probably make a video about this towards the end of the week on the main channel too. But I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. This is a pretty long stream, a good long extended look at the new locations at 4.3. I hope you guys enjoyed this, got some entertainment, got some information, or just got to enjoy some chat and get some input into our latest giveaway. Remember, that giveaway will be ongoing for a little while, probably the next couple of weeks, and then once we meet our goals, we will go ahead and give to somebody, some lucky individual in chat, an RSI Meteor, along with a copy of Star Citizen. It's been a while. It's been a while since we got to raid Tom. I'm gonna go ahead and send you all over to Tom Beckhauser. Good guy, good fun guy. Looks like he is doing some Star Citizen live gameplay. So we'll be sending you over to the old, more stable game, I assume, less server errors in your immediate future. But thank you. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. Seriously, it means an absolute ton that we get to explore and enjoy space games together and hang out during these wonderful, wonderful periods of server errors when nothing really is happening. Hey, Citizen Her in chat. A shout out for the lovely streamer on the way out. Avocado, my man. All right, folks. Bring in the tunes. Bring in the outro tunes. Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Good vibes. Good times. All right, folks. You're great people. Treat yourselves well today. Go do something fun. Eat some delicious food. Relax a little bit. Let your brains smooth over after this thrashing of servers. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you on Wednesday, everybody. Thanks again for being here. Have a good one. Cheers.